Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents. Yo, what's up, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents? You got Don and M in the building. We're going to talk a little bit about the situation at hand because we got a little bit of time, on this Labor Day. And I'm going to, like I say, this is the final clippings of the saga for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just going to sit from the bleachers and I'm going to watch with my spectacles. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is, like I say, we're going to recap some things, situation I spoke about. I wish I could go into some of my old videos and just clip up some things and chop up some things I've said back in days and come all the way to now where we at with the saga. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about doing a protest. Who's he? I'm talking about Umar. Yeah. So yeah, I did say, what I'm saying, the sitcom and the drama is now time to be put to rest. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you know that right now, as the saga is coming to the climax, yo, I can't just let it go right there right now because, like I said, it's at the peak, it's at the mountain peak. So this sitcom drama that I'm telling us that it's time for us to turn away from is at a peak that I must, give my street synopsis on, you know what I'm saying? Because right about now, I'm telling you folks, it's about to get ugly. It's about to be a beautiful scene if this guy, keeps, pushing these buttons. He want to push buttons of discrimination. He want to push buttons of, these black women up in the courthouse not doing properly. And I'm talking about the same courthouse that he lost in, Superior Court. You know what I'm saying? The same courthouse. They got different departments here. So he's talking about the finance department. You know what I'm saying? He got different departments up in that piece, you know what I'm saying, that is not doing their job that he so-called say. You know what I'm saying? What up, Goldie? You know what I'm saying? So Umar saying that, he has some issues with some of the women up in these courthouses, the courthouse, and the different departments and how they mishandling his case. You know what I'm saying? Mishandling the case. You know what I'm saying? They look in the files. They seeing the situation at hand. They seeing that you mishandle your own personal case, losing to me. You know what I'm saying? They don't think that they're not looking at your records in-house records of Umar Johnson. They seeing how you was just trying to manipulate the courts back then. So, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on with you, like I told you, once those paperworks from me go into that system, you were screwed. You know what I'm saying? Once paperwork went in on you within that system, that whole superior court system and anything, a chain reaction, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all way back then, I said, yo, this is not just going to be the people within the court system because, Wilmington probably not that big of an area, big of a town, big of a city. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of things well connected. So when you know what I'm saying, they want to start connecting dots and things like that. No, we know the fool who's about to lose his school. He's about to lose these buildings. You know what I'm saying? It's up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? He's been procrastinating over here with his whole court situation. He should have been had a lien on the building from this guy. I don't know why this idiot didn't put the lien on the building. Talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Talk about me, call me an idiot. They probably saying that man should have been put a lien on his building. You know what I'm saying? But right about now, we inside the courthouse, we just going to let it just let it be. So yeah, like I said, there's a trickle down situation that's going to happen in that situation because everyone in that town probably knows someone connected to something, and it's all a system. So you going to come bring your little tall, dark skinned black ass, your black power ass up in this motherfucking town on some black power, and you think that you're going to go in their court system and bully them, and you think that they supposed to work for you, right there on the window it says, we are not here to help you handle your case. If you filed the paperwork and you wasn't responded to, and it took a month to go by, 2 months to go by for you to realize, hey, she not responding to me, but then you said you automatically assumed. We're going to get to the video. You assume that, you know what I'm saying, you dropped off $30,000 that, you know what I'm saying, yo, shouldn't they just be leaving me alone right there? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't that be? No. We got you. We want all our money because everything that you've been doing. We've been looking at you. We've been watching you. So I mean, I don't know what games he's playing and what games he's really thinking that they playing, but they playing the game of called the system, and they have protection with their system. And if you start pressing the wrong buttons, man, you might as well pack it up and dismiss that school because it's not needed. Trust me, they're gonna prove to you your school and you and your services is not needed. And I told you that back in 2020, 2021, that that's what's going to come down to it. I said that if this man just would have paid the bill, if this man paid the bill, he and not have me take it to the white system, which is the right system, because the right system have his back against the wall. The right system have his back against the wall. So my whole thing right now, because we're going to go in and out with this interview that he was doing with Father David or David Father or Father Abraham, you know what I'm saying? Whoever this guy is that's still vouching for this guy. So sad. But the whole bottom line is this. Is this man going to get the certificate of occupancy? He's talking about for over 2 years, he's been talking about he had to lay down the towels. They like this. Yo, Umar, we have been watching you. LIN. No, we are not responding to none of your emails, nothing right now, because we have a fraudulent case against you right now. So we are watching you on a different level right now. Prove to us that you are not scamming these people. That's what they're trying to say without saying anything, dog. I mean, you can't read in between the lines. If the LIN and everybody else is saying, yo, we got to do a walkthrough of the building now, 5 years later for you to prove that this shit is not what Leonard Arnold has not been saying. And okay, if this is not no abandoned bomb shelters, like Anti call it, if this is not what that is, you have to prove it in 2025. We don't care that you gave this bread. No matter what, you got to prove that you are not scamming these people. And that's what they are saying to you right now. And you sitting talking dumb, and this dude came on. I think his name was William. William saying, "Yo, I mean, I'm kind of just like shocked that you are surprised that this is happening to you." And he's trying to be polite because he want to hold on to your ball sack. But the bottom line is, yo, dog, you really think that it was going to be all sweet and games right now? You still didn't even pay. You still didn't even pay with the court, the same court that you going to. You still didn't pay the person that they said that you owe. You didn't pay them? And you talk about what they supposed to be doing for you? Why they ain't email you? No, they want to watch you lose this shit. Yes, you are right. And they have every right because they are part of the system that says, we don't have no obligations to you. Especially to you. You're not getting it. To you. This ain't about your skin color. This is about to you. This is a lesson learned for you. This ain't about, oh, gather all the black people in the community who's having issues. Oh, is this a gentrification problem? No, you ain't going to roll on that. This is about you, because all eyes on ooh. You don't understand that? All eyes are on ooh, because you said all eyes on me. You wanted all eyes to be on you, so now all eyes are on you. They want to see what's inside that building. They want to see the accomplishments. They want to see that if we write and sign this letter and give it to you to open up those doors, that school is qualified and ready to open right now. For all this lip service that you've been saying, all this money that they know that you've been collecting for all these years of the building just sitting there, and they ready to build over there. I showed the people that they building over there. I showed the people that they digging over there. And if you holding them up, and you holding them up with a hope to the people that, come on, people, keep on giving to mama. Come on, mama Smurf needs some money. Grandma Smurf needs some money. Grandma Smurf needs some money. If you hold on to that and they think that, if you do, even if you still pay them and they gave you the certificate, they know you can't open up the school. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They know it's a scam. They really, really, really are letting you dig yourself. So I dare you to try to insult these people and really try to insult those workers and try to say, oh, they trying to sabotage you. They doing their job. Prove you wanna get a waiver This man trying to get a waiver on crunch time. He waits for the last second for him to try and get a waiver, folks. I'm going to play. I would like to go through the whole video, but it's too long for me to go through the video. And I didn't really timeline the thing. I apologize. I didn't timeline a lot of the little detail. But he repeats himself constantly throughout the whole thing. But he expects them to give him a waiver. Now, when I was there back then in 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was over there 5 years ago, folks, that's what he was talking about. Okay? Then when he launched and said to everybody, hey, I got he was doing the wavy, you know what I'm saying? He was doing the wavy, and he was talking to everybody, hey, yo, I got my tax write-off, my 501c3, I'm a 501c, I'm a 501c, whatever, 4, whatever, 3, or whatever, because 3 is for churches. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a 501c, you know what I'm saying? I'm 501c, but 3 might even be for anything is teaching, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a 501c. I got my tax exempt. I got my tax exemption. Okay, so now you got your tax exemption. That was way back then. So what took place for it to be snatched away from you? For you now talking about you want a fee waiver for this? I'm like, you're all over the place with this whole project, yo. It's like confusing to me. I might be confused on the whole thing. Talking to you confused. But what makes you think that they are going to give you a certificate of occupancy if you not open these doors? This fool said, well, I gave him a walkthrough at the beginning. You gave him a walkthrough what, in 2019? You gave him a walkthrough in what, 2020? You gave him a walkthrough in 2021? No, this is 2025. If you want to have us sign our jobs over to you, because that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? If anything go wrong in these buildings that everybody online has been talking about for the last 5-6 years, that they are just a trap for death. Not a death trap, but a trap for death. It's already dead in there. The whole energy, the whole project is dead. It needs to just be demolished. But if you think that they're going to sign their lives over for you, hells no. And you don't get that. What you showed them back then is what you showed them back then. What you guys show them now is show and prove that you are not scamming. That's the bottom line. I need you to comprehend. The bottom line for the whole thing where you are right now is LIN and every single entity that's tied into what you're talking about, that's sabotaging you, that's preventing you. You are underneath a radar because of who you are, what you've done, what you stand for, what you've been doing. And they prove to us right now that you are not scamming the people. And they got you right now, and they got you pinned against the wall. See, you don't get it. The people was fighting online, trying to destroy me too. Oh, you was with him. Okay, whatever, yo. I was there because it was an opportunity. But fighting online for years. And now I came, got this little paper to go through, all this shit going through. Now they paying attention to you. And then after they paying attention to you, now all these other crazy allegations coming through as they was already paying attention to you. Umar, don't you remember that when we went to court, they was paying attention to us from day one? They was on. Remember, you thought you won because, oh, Don put some online stuff on. They've been watching you. This is not, some sabotage stuff. This is, you have never paid your debt to me. And if you are at the same court, which is Superior Court, if you're dealing with that same court down the block from your school, and you have dealing with a different department, but the same building, all those women know each other. And they Umar Johnson, I know that name. Isn't that the school? Oh, what? He what? And that's the whole thing, bro. Because little old me, what you did, you still they see that you still didn't pay your debt, but you playing games, and you trying to blame them. No, they Umar who? Let him lose the building. He still didn't open those schools. He still didn't get those buildings open. Everybody's scratching their head inside that building, bro. Not because of something of now, but something of old, when the first paperwork went across their table and the years went on and on and on. They kept seeing the same names, me and you, me and you, me and you, your mama and your daughter too. You know what I'm saying? When they start seeing that, you know what I'm saying? When they were seeing that on the repetitious point, like another year, another year, another year, and then at the end you lose, whatever that was going on was a total embarrassment to anybody who was supporting you. And then once again, the courts already had their eyes on you. So now it's going to another year, and I still don't get paid. Another year, he still don't get paid. Now the FBI wants to see certain things. It's FBI investigating. We really forgetting about that step? So don't just blame these women on not doing what you want them to do. They doing what they supposed to do because the authority's saying, we got our eyes on him right now. That's what you don't get. See, you can talk all the talk from loose lips and all that shit that you talk about and try and rally up the people, and get their energy. Yo, black power, yeah, yeah, gentrification, yeah, yeah, yo, this white power structure, yeah, yeah. You can try to get them on that. But I'm telling you, no, this is your own demise. And so, do you think that they are just going to say, hey, brother, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you one of ours, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we going to let, our homeboy Tito, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Tito, yo, let Umar know that, yo, we about to take his buildings, yo. Like, this man really wanted the scoop to be passed along the grapevine so that he can find out. Like, he thought, like, he's so important, like the grapevine was just that long. Like, yo, get to Umar, yo, and let Umar know, you know what I'm saying, that I seen the paperwork that, yo, they about to take away his building. They about to auction off. That's what he thought the black folks inside the building supposed to do. No, the black folks inside the building like, yo, we used to support you back in, 2018. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely supported. I donated a few times. Yeah, you know what? But I don't know. He just changed. Yeah, he changed. I don't know what's going on. And then he got this lawsuit going on. Yeah, you seen that paperwork? And he lost. Then he lose. Yeah, and now his school's up for what? How many years later? And do you think that you're supposed to just get a certificate of occupancy without proving something to the people that you're not a fraud? See, you got to prove two things. One, that you're not scamming the people. And then you got to prove that you're not a fraud. Because you want to get some kind of fee waiver. Now, they like, nah, you know what? This is how we going to get them. We want our money. There ain't no fee waivers. And we add it and we add it and we add it. We don't want, there's no fee waiver. The fee waiver is pretty much void right now with your situation. Because your school is not just 5 years, your school is 6 years. So if the rule was in something 5 years or more, respect it. They want to beautify that area. Just like that man Patrick came on your show, because that one was William and Patrick. Patrick came on the show. I think he was African. And you know what I'm saying? Patrick came on your show, on the show, and was talking to you. And he said it's a really needed, nice, good area for that. So you gotta understand, you know what I'm saying? You about to be null and void in that community because the area don't need you for that project. And it's really that simple. The area don't need you for that project. So where are we at? Do you think that they just gonna hand it over to you? Do the people think that Umar Johnson is going to get his occupancy, his certificate of occupancy? You know what I'm saying? He's like, everybody, people don't have no. I'm gonna go to the video a little bit. I know you've seen the video, you know what I'm saying? I know you've seen the video. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna watch the video a little something. We're gonna watch a little taste of it. Hope I can find this and get this right. Hold on, folks. I wasn't able to I don't know why I'd be messing up on this laptop. I kid you not. I don't know why I be messing up on this laptop, but damn, can't do it. Oh well. I was trying to post the chat and the thing, but I can't do it. So anywho, let's just go to this video because I want to get to this video because I know you might have seen the video, but let's just do a quick breakdown because Umar is really declaring war. And we're gonna start right now. Who he's saying some of his enemies that stopped some of the program. Let's go into this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this real quick. I got you. I ain't have it 100% lined up. Okay, so let me pop that like it's hot. Let me get the
entire process was an attempt to dealing with it since we first started the fundraiser back in April of 2014. If you can remember, what started this entire process was an attempt to purchase HBCU St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia, when it was put up for auction back in April of 2014. And so when I heard about that, I initially went to work to try to raise the funds to secure the HBCU St. Paul's campus. And from the very beginning, struggle streamers from YouTube, other haters, disgruntled former associates, black bourgeois.
Now, that's where I just wanted to pause right there. Disgruntled former associates. See, he didn't say worker because y'all would know he was talking about me. So, but he wanted to say disgruntled former associates. So you want to put me in the box now. I was never in the box, but now you want to put me in the box because I still exist all the way to this day. Okay. So he's telling the folks right now, disgruntled former associate. The only disgruntled former associate that's out and about on these YouTube streets talking about the situation for this amount of time is me. Disgruntled former associate. So I want y'all to really comprehend where we at right now. He can easily get on these shows, these little shows, and talk on a radio show like the Breakfast Club and say that it was disgruntled workers and that held him back and held him back from the finish line. He can come on this show and sound so pitiful to the folks. Like, these folks has been agitating the folks and in the situation for all these years, and they've been sabotaging all these years. Disgruntled former associate. So like I say, so for the disgruntled former associate to be still a topic from this man's mouth right now, because like I said, it's something that he never handled. And that's going to the fact that he is not right for the job. And so this is the fraud that will be proved at the end. This situation, if it keeps going on and on with his school, it's going to really come back to the disgruntled former associate. Is going to come back to that situation. It's going to come back to Don. It's because if this keep going on, the protests, anything he do, anything he's complain about, is going to come back to Don, because I'm going to be on defense of Wilmington, Delaware. I'm going to be on defense of Superior Court. I'm going to be defense of every single department that he's saying is going against him, because they are doing their job against a fraudulent individual. And more people need to stand up and speak out about this, because they can't allow this man to go on these different shows now and do a little tour and try to say gentrification is the reason why he's not getting his school open. The people, the bourgeoisie, black folks in high places is preventing him from getting his the paperwork that he need and the email that he need, that he should have been on top. But if he wasn't chasing coochie and wasn't online talking about coochie in this place and that place, and he was on top of his game from the first time he was on it, and he didn't get the response he was supposed to get. When he dished out that money, he didn't get no response. Well, yo, if you dish out $30,000, you don't get no response. You're going to assume that everything's just okay. Like, I guess everything cool. You're not going to really be on top. He talk about he pull up, nigga. Pull up, park the car somewhere, put your phone in and leave your phone in the car, leave all your stuff in the car so you could go inside the building, nothing check, go to the information, find out where you need to speak to, and go there and handle the BI in person. How you working and you not working? And the funniest thing is, yo, why is your secretary? Why there's nobody on top of that with you? Why is it that you are the only person that's supposed to be getting every single information detail? And if you're not getting nothing and you're not on top of nothing, you find everything out at the last second. Don't make no sense.
These rainbow gang haters from the very beginning. Struggle streamers from YouTube, other haters, disgruntled former associates, black bourgeoisies, rainbow gangers, everybody. They contacted the auction company and they tried to prevent them from accepting our bid. We wasn't able to raise enough money anyway, so it ultimately didn't matter one way or the other, but I'm just bringing it up to let you know that the hate is as old as the project. It's not a new thing. I think in some respects it's gotten worse because the closer we get to the finish line, the more intense the opposition becomes. But I always like to keep it in perspective by saying that for every enemy of the program.
Okay, so
I caught my stepson spying on me in the shower. At the same time that my husband used this trick to get hard,
registration fee up to $12,000 for this year. So if we don't get the... But I'm going to be honest with you, Baba, I don't even know if there's any white folks in this particular chain of events.
No.
You know what? My bad. I had it there perfect.
Who in the hell is going to ask to have a festival in front of FDM? Who in the hell is going to ask to have
perfectly
our government? I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. We got nothing but love. Of course, there's a couple of haters in every city. Yes, I got some haters there, obviously. But the general community, they support and love us. They donate to us. When I talk about the city, I'm not talking about the people.
Right,
I'm talking about the government and the Negroes in the bureaucracy who are intentionally trying to sabotage us so we never open up because they don't want me there for their own personal reason. Maybe it's because I'm from Philadelphia. You know how that small town thing goes. Some of them feel like we don't need them here. Let's sabotage. Others because they don't like what I stand for, what I believe in, whatever. Or maybe they just black bourgeoisies with an uppity Negro whitewash attitude. I don't know what it is, Baba.
Negro peers.
Nothing but hostility from the city government since we bought the school. Let me go back. Let me go back.
Okay.
Remember the festivals? We did 2 festivals.
Yes, I got my festival shirt on.
The first festival, Baba, do you know it almost didn't happen? Because the secretary... last piece, Baba. Let me get his last piece. So, and this is what, you know, and I'm not going to put this on the city of Wilmington. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this, although I do think it's highly suspect. Before you went to break, I raised the question.
Mm-hmm.
Who decided to seek a judgment against us at Superior Court, followed by the sheriff lien and sale on August the 5th?
Mm-hmm.
What city is...
You know, like it's in this whole conversation, like I say, if I was to really spend 4, 5, 6 hours breaking this down, folks, we can really get a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And I can really help all of us really tie it all to one circle, because it's 360 right now. He said he don't know who authorized this. To this day, he's still trying to figure out who authorized this to go through. Let's hear it again before I'm really going on it. Let's rewind.
Who decided to seek a judgment against us at Superior Court, followed by the sheriff lien and sale on August the 5th?
Mm-hmm.
What city official made that decision? And why were we not notified before, during, or after, right?
Right.
The reason I asked that question, Bobby David, not only did they ignore us completely for 4 to 5 months, right? 4 months since the phone call, 5 months since the last correspondence by mail, but the reason it's so suspicious, the August the 5th judgment and sheriff lien date is so suspicious, Baba, because our bank accounts were frozen.
Wow. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me it's been 5 months since your last correspondence to us, and it just so happens that the date you choose to go and get a judgment against us to sell our schools coincides with the exact time that our school account is frozen and we can't touch it?
Well, you know, you've often told us about a shadow government, both nationally and locally, with city government, state government.
This dude is just the biggest retard. Like, somebody need to homie clown smack him. You know what I'm saying? That man need to be homie the clown smack. You know what I'm saying? But let me just go into that whole statement right there. Okay, so I cannot remember when I went to holler at the FBI. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me check real quick. I can find out. Let me see real quick. I'm going to find out real quick for you. So just give me 1 second, folks. I apologize, but give me that 1 second so I can find out when I did holler at the FBI, okay? When did Donnie holler at the FBI? FBI. Okay, boom. Let me find out. I can find it right now for us, okay? When I holler at the FBI. Wait, can I? No, not this one. Okay, nope. Hold on. You gotta give me a second. This was a freestyle because I'm trying to figure out when I did contact the FBI because he spoke about those months ago. And I'm trying to figure out, was this when they was really putting their investigation in the mix? That, you know, the contact with him just came to an end? Because like you said, at first the woman gave him this and gave him that. The next thing you know, she just fell back. You know what I'm saying? Why she fall back? That's in the video. I can't really go. I'm looking for something at the same time. I'm trying to, why the hell I don't see? I'm looking for a telephone number. Because if I can find that telephone number, then I can give you the date. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Look at the region. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. I got to scroll back. Hold on. Yeah, this is way back. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. I'm back in April. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Because I know it was cold, to be honest. I know it was kind of chilly. It was definitely kind of chilly. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I met up with them back in January. It was cold. Okay. All right, folks. It was actually, the day was, give you the day, it's like January. It's like damn near Martin Luther King Day. It was so close to Martin Luther King Day. It was January 17th. Okay. So I met up with the feds back in January. Okay. I need y'all to stay with the whole timeline. So they was putting the case in. They said that, you know, they was trying to make a big case on them. So, you know what I'm saying? I got some information from them back like in February, March. I can't find the paperwork, but it's somewhere in my papers. I just ain't gonna lie, I ain't look hard enough. And so they was saying, you know, we understand you know, you're trying to get your money, your $3,000, but we just we don't have nothing on that right now because we are still building a bigger case on the situation. Just their words, building a bigger case on the situation. We will keep you informed about your money and your claim, but right now we don't have nothing on that. We working on the case. That's what they sent me. That was sometime like March, February, March. So now April comes and he's talking about, saying this situation has happened with him behind the scenes with the whole, the paperwork, the taxes and all this other stuff. You owe this, you owe that, you owe this, you owe that. And, he's trying to get this fee waiver and all this paperwork stuff. So behind the scenes, saying that's going on. And he's not understanding that maybe something else is happening. Maybe something else is happening on the inside of that courthouse. Judges, you know what I'm saying? Who you want to know who put the shit in? It could be anybody. It could be the judge that you violated. It could be the sheriff that you pissed off. It could be the feds that dislike you so much. It could be these clerk people who looked at your videos and see that you were such a jerk. It can be anybody. Right now, you got the biggest clue game. And you want to point fingers all around the board, but you don't want to point a finger at yourself. You don't want to blame yourself. Why don't you blame yourself, man? Just blame yourself. Blame yourself for your idiocy. Blame yourself for the failure of this FDMG because you chose to piss off all the right people for all the wrong reasons. And you thought that you can get away with it because of people like this goofball. This goof, because people like this goofball. This goofball makes me so like he disturbs my belly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The shadow government. The shadow government, folks. I don't know what's going on.
There's always a shadow government that runs things and they have their fingers on
right
things.
That's too much of a
Every time I'm trying to
coincidence.
have
I'm
a
not
little-
going to put it on them because I can't prove it.
Mhm.
But that is too much of a coincidence for me to overlook it. He can't access the school money to money to pay us right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens at the very time this happened, we want to try to sell a school building.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was coordinated, but I'm not going to put that piece on them because I can't prove it. But make a long story short, Bob, but we was able to get the money, and we was able to pay it off completely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the city's website, it says that we took out a payment plan. We didn't take out no payment plan. We paid the whole amount.
Mm.
Now, don't get me wrong, Baba. For me, it's not a big deal. But because y'all like giving our business out to the public, make sure the information